All right, what's up, you animals? So, we're actually going to be talking about something a little bit different today. We're going to be talking iCast, but not in the way you're used to. We're not going to talk about new products, you know, what's coming out, the latest and greatest. Everyone does those videos. We're going to talk about a little something, and that being the parts of iCast that nobody tells you about. What happens at iCast behind the scenes, what it takes to get in there, things like that. Just, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly about iCast. So, stick around. Let's have a little chat.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it index.
All right, so everyone thinks iCast is just a, you know, giant fishing event or a trade show, and it is. But, you know, what most people don't realize is what kind of happens when the show floor closes. What kind of goes on behind the scenes and kind of what it takes to get there. So essentially the first thing, I love iCast. What I have to get this out there, I love going to iCast. I will continue to go to iCast. For me, it's an absolute amazing experience every single time I go. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm bashing iCast by doing this, because I'm not. But, you know, the first thing you have to understand about iCast is this is not an expo. This is a trade show. So you can't just buy a ticket and go in. You have to be vetted as, you know, being a part of the industry. It's an industry-only event, and the industry being fishing. So, you know, you have to essentially register almost like a background check, and they're going to ensure that you're part of the industry, whether you're coming in as an exhibitor, media, you know, a buyer. You just have to be a part of the industry. You know, anyone from Orlando, where the show is held every year, can't just come in and buy product. And what you have to understand, there are no retail sales there. So any product you see is simply just a display. Can you put in orders? Yes, you can. A lot of the big companies actually build in offices to their displays so that they can do businesses with buyers while you're there. So, let's say you want to be an exhibitor. Let's say you want to set up a display and try to get buyers to do orders with you. What you have to understand is I've come to realize why there's very few small businesses or mom and pop shops that are within iCast, and it's simply the cost. And not that they're hitting costs, but they are in an aspect because it's in the fine print, and we're all dudes. We don't, or gals, very rarely do we read the fine print. And, you know, the booth space, it's like $20 per square foot. You know, I believe the smallest you can get is a 10 by 10. So that's $2,000 right there for the 3-day event. Corner booths cost more, and that's just for the space itself. The hidden cost that you run into is electricity is a different cost, which costs you about just under $400 for the 3 days. Internet, if you need Wi-Fi or something like that in order to run, you know, your display or just do orders or whatever, that's another cost. Furniture rental, if you want a certain type of flooring, getting products in there, getting products out. So here's a crazy story. And I was there with Fisher Dye Bait Company, and we had a 4-wheel dolly in there that we were bringing our display in, 10 by 10, small display. Took us maybe a half hour, 45 minutes for us to set up. So we're like, all right, we got this 4-wheel dolly. We had one heavy piece. We'll bring it all in. And we got stopped at the door with the dolly because it was a four-wheel dolly. I mean, this thing is, a typical dolly. And because it was on four wheels, that was going to cost Taylor, the owner of Fisher Dye, $176 just to bring it in the door. Here's a caveat. If it was a two-wheel dolly, it's free. You don't have to pay for that. But just because it had another set of wheels, that was an extra $176, which I thought was absolutely bananas. And you're in Orlando, essentially right outside of like Universal Studios, Disney, all that. So you got to get your flights, or if you're driving, you have that cost. You have hotels, Airbnbs, whatever product samples you're bringing, marketing, if you decide to market for iCast. So, that $2,000 for that booth space becomes, upwards of, $3,000-$4,000 for the smallest space you can absolutely have pretty quick. All right, so here's one reason why I absolutely love iCast. Here's a part of it you don't really hear about, and that's the after parties. This is something, viewers rarely even hear about. I've had the pleasure to go to several after parties at iCast, and my gosh, it is absolutely insane. I mean, you have brand-sponsored parties every night, essentially just renting out entire bars, restaurants, the whole nine. They're typically invite only, open bars, they'll do product launches right there. I mean, they'll hand out products, and just the networking alone makes it completely worth it. If you get there and you have an opportunity to go to a iCast after party with whatever company, make sure you do it just for the networking alone. I mean, I have, met some great people. I have been able to spend, time with some people that I'm close to that are important to me at these parties. I mean, I've had the opportunity to meet celebrities, professional fishermen, reporters, photographers, all of it. And it's just that alone is a completely different experience than being on the the exhibitor floor. The after parties are absolutely insane. Whether you're a drinker, whether you're not a drinker, partier, just the networking alone, it makes it worth it. So another cool aspect of iCast, this happens before the day before the show floor opens, and that's the on the water day, or the on the water demo day. So essentially what that is you have the opportunity to try out on the water that they have there in front of the convention center. You had the opportunity to try out new electronics, new reels, new rods, kayaks, not so much boats because it's a very small body of water, but trolling motors, again, I said kayaks, just you have literally manufacturers, companies just lined up, and that's the opportunity for, media buyers, whoever, to get out and get their actual, not just get their hands on the products, but get to use them and kind of see them in the field, in action. I got to see a lot of cool stuff this year between the FluxJet kayak, the new Live Scope 2. It's very different being able to see those in action versus just on the floor. Another thing you kind of have to be used to, especially if you're an exhibitor, is everyone is filming everyone at all times there. You got your YouTubers, your magazine writers, your retail buyers, international media, and social media teams and content creators. There's just cameras everywhere all the time, whether it's still photos, interviews, video. It's just going on all the time, and every booth is trying to get attention from not only their own videos going on, but they're trying to get the attention of the media, the content creators, to get them in their booth, because any exposure is good exposure. Swag is serious business at iCast. People laugh about the free hats, stickers, whatever, but companies spend huge amounts on hats, shirts, stickers, lures, bags, catalogs, because they want people, walking around advertising their gear, their brand. So you're gonna, if you attend this, whether, again, doesn't matter in what aspect, you're gonna get free stuff, whether it's swag or whatever. I brought one of my kids this year. He was with us. He got lures, hats, shirts. I mean, everything. So, yeah, be ready for that. All right, so kind of to finish off, because I want this to be a quick video. Even though I kind of gave the hidden costs and kind of the ugly that some people could see, I'm not trying to steer any mom and pop shop or anyone away from attending iCast. And the reason why is companies keep coming back. Companies will keep going back. And, when you have thousands of retailers, media members, influencers, manufacturers, and are all in the same building for 3 days, missing iCast can mean missing an entire year's worth of opportunities, networking, all of it. So what I have to tell you is, if you ever get the opportunity, go to iCast. If you ever have any questions, reach out to me, let me know. I have been to iCast the last 2 years. I will be going again next year, and I plan on going for every year after that, as long as I absolutely can. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We have some big things coming for AVF, not AVF Tackle, for American Vet Fishing. So yeah, see you guys next time.